Shimai GTA chums, the Hakuchou drag is on sale for 488 grand. It's a bargain. It's like a quarter of the price of the Nagasaki Shotero, which is 2.2 million. And yes, the Shotero is faster if it's not HSW drag, but the drag is value for money. It's not that much slower. But I should say the Shotero is brilliant at cornering, though, simply supreme. But we're going to do a customization, full customization this time. Going to finally get rid of my Japanese livery, unfortunately, and I had sound problems, so I've speeded this up and done you a real treat. But I put a livery on basically. There, I went for the stripe, got rid of the rising sun, not the yellow stripe because that's a bit boring, and we selected our colours. So it's really a case of looking at what you want to add to it, livery rise, and you can add a few other bits and pieces, which yeah, you can see I'm going through all the colours, but I'm trying to find a blue, like a Suzuki blue, there, but it's kind of failed and got confused a bit, went back a bit. Yeah, you're missing out on all the fun here by me not blathering on because the sound wasn't working, but you get the idea. There's that ultra blue, not quite Suzuki blue, but it's good enough, and if we put a yellow on, then we are complete there. And you can also do the rear seat and the front mudguard, but I've kept it like that because that's what the original bike, the Suzuki Hayabusa had, that kind of look and feel to it. I didn't want to get rid of that. And the Hayabusa, by the way, is one of the best customizationable bikes in the world because it's got so many parts for it for doing drag racing, if you're interested in that kind of thing. It was once the fastest bike in the world as well, stock. I imagine there's a few examples that pretty much are the fastest in the world that have been heavily modified. So this is the beast. It's very true to the Suzuki. It's a very nice looking bike, and it's got a feel of a motorbike to it as well when you ride it in the game. So you know, like how bikes when you pull wheelies they go faster. Well, this one doesn't pull a wheelie as much as I might try. But what you need to do is lean forwards, and that will make you go faster. Just like a real motorbike, you're losing your wind resistance, you see. So that's how you go fast on this bike compared to other bikes, and it's much more satisfying as well. It's much more realistic, if you can say realism with relation to GTA, and it's as real as it's going to get in GTA as far as motorbike riding is. And I think the cornering is pretty decent as well. It's easily manageable. You could race it. You could beat other bikes. Even the Tron bike, you could even beat that if it's somebody who isn't as good. But it's just an amazing dream to ride this bike, and for that reason alone I'd recommend buying it. But if you're going to do a HSW upgrade as well, then it's super recommended because then it's the fastest bike in the game on the track for sure, 100% guaranteed. And it's a great looking bike, and I just enjoy riding it. You know, I can't try and drag this video out by chatting now, which is what I normally do, because I'm enjoying riding the bikes while I'm talking, but I'm not now. I'm just watching myself basically go in a straight line. I'm probably wondering where to go at this point, which corner to take. Is it going to be a left? Is it going to be a right? I mean, there's going to be some falling off at some point. So there's a nice right-hander. Look at how smooth that was. No problems whatsoever. And mighty, mighty fine. So we're going to go up into the hills, and it's so fast for getting around with. I know everyone likes to use helicopters and Norbert Mark II oppressors. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that car basically pulled out, and I tried to get around it. At least it didn't pull out and smash me straight away. So that's good. Let's take a right sometime if you fancy that. Chum, there you go. Right hand turn, very nice, easily done. That orange and blue really work well together, looking at it from the rear in the third person perspective. This bike can shine as well in first person, so we'll do that in a bit. Once we get out there, up into the hills, that's a bit of a treat for you to end the video with. Getting around town though, it's so amazing. It just cuts the corners so nicely, so ideal, and you're not going to fall off. It's got such awesome grip. Yes, it's got the understeer, but I think if anything the Shotaro has immense oversteer, so it just gets around corners so super nimble. It's ridiculous, unrealistic. The other thing is as well with this bike, it's the realism that you get with it, because unlike the Tron bike, it's not flaring colours all over the place. It's not got kind of ridiculous handling in a way that the Tron bike has. Going up into the hills, very nice. We can dodge cars really easily because it is pretty nimble for what it is. despite not being as nimble as a Tron bike. It's still good enough. I'd still prefer to race this as a second to the Tron bike. With all the other bikes, you need to pull wheelies on the straights, but I think it's so much easier to ride this than the likes of the Batty 801. Yes, that's 15 grand, much cheaper, so that's your entry level racer. And then you got the Riva, which is a faster, well, much faster version really. When you pull wheelies on the Riva, it gets away massively, so it's faster than both the Tron bike and this bike. But it costs nearly 2 million, is it 1.9 million? It's something ridiculous like that. Immense amounts. But the Gargoyle is cheaper than that, so... Oh, here we are, in car view, in bike view. Look at the way you lean over. Now, the reason why I like this in bike view is because it's so realistic. If you've ever ridden a bike, I don't know if you have, then it kind of looks like this where you slant to the side. The only thing that's missing, my head kind of tilts with the screen in a way, which doesn't quite work. I think 3D headset, this would be an amazing experience, I tell you, because it's so realistic looking at it from that point of view. You really get down, you really get your knee down when you're looking at it from that point of view. It's a freaking amazing. It's scary as well, genuinely scary, because I didn't fall off, unfortunately, spoiler alert, but when you do fall off you feel it, but you don't feel it in real time, do you? Because as if you're going to ride a real bike, you're going to hurt yourself, break things, either because someone's going to run into you, or you're going to make a mistake and mess yourself up. One of those two things is going to happen at some point, probability-wise. If you ride bikes for long enough, that's going to happen on some degree. It's just a matter of what you break, basically, isn't it? You know, the bike and yourself, or you know, are they both write-offs or what? You know, is just the bike a write-off? Are you a write-off as well? You know what I mean? But this is a great experience overall. I recommend everybody to try it, especially if you're thinking about buying a bike in real life. Maybe it'll encourage you to a realistic experience. I'm not saying the thing is, at these kind of speeds, the cars do not pull out enough to be realistic. I think that they're much too respectful in many ways, believe it or not, the NPCs. That was a terrible corner. I did fall off. So yeah, there is that added level of realism there that you don't have in real life. You don't have the depth basically that you have in real life. Great bike, recommended. Just go out and buy it, even if you don't like bikes. You will not regret it. It's an immense amount of fun. If you found this useful, drop a like and subscribe. Give me your thoughts on the bike. I'd like to discuss things with you if you fancy that. But overall, have a most excellent day and a most excellent weekend as we are hopefully in now. Cheers and have a good one, everyone.